Yo, what's up? It's Sweepy from the Rocksteady crew, Machine Gun Funk, EB family. Oh man, 20? I don't know, 19, 20 years, maybe a little longer, since I was 13, without giving up my age long. I'm from the Boogie Down BX, the Bronx, New York, originally born, raised down south, lived all over the planet though with my mom, moved over all over the world. Man, I was born and raised into dancing. My mom danced around me all the time, you know, cleaning the house, music was always playing. When I was younger, my mom and my grandmother threw a block party in the Bronx, in our neighborhood, and they had a DJ, and it was around the disco era. Ring My Bell was the song, and I entered the dance contest with this other girl, this little girl. Forgot her name, but anyway, yeah, we entered a contest, and I was doing my little John Travolta, you know, disco dancing and stuff, and we won. So dancing has been in me ever since. Oh man, popping. Well, what did I see first? I think I seen breaking first, and then popping. The first time I was with my mom. I was young. We was in Manhattan, and there was some street performers. There was two kids with their uncle playing the drum, and they were rapping, yes, yes, y'all, you don't stop, all that. And then they started doing throwing the baseball routine thing, like took each other's head, pitching the ball. You know, he hit the head, and then they were floating to bases, and then backsliding, moonwalking, and all that stuff. And I remember feeling weird, seeing all these illusions in front of me. I was really young, so I was holding my mom's hand, and I was like, Mom, I feel weird, because the hair on my arms was standing up. Ever since then, that changed my life. I guess we just take it back a little bit to where, like, how I even got in tune to what Rocksteady even was. I grew up as a kid, like a lot of people all over the world. My mom moved me down south, so I didn't have the access to what was really going on in the streets in New York with Rocksteady and all that. I seen it down south. You know, I got to watch, you know, Beat Street and all that, and that's how I really learned about Rocksteady, was through the movies and all the TV shows and stuff. So as a kid, I used to have pinups from magazines of Rocksteady. I had Wiggles, I had all of these guys, Magnificent Force, all on my walls. They used to have all these magazines and like these posters, teach you how to break dance, all posters and stuff. I had all that. My room was all that, all over the place. So I was, as a young kid, I was like, that was my dream, like to be down with Rocksteady and be with, you know, on these movies and stuff as a kid. So that's all I did, was eat, breathe, sleep, dancing at a young age. So later on in life, you know, I ended up, long story short, I ended up in Hawaii, you know, years later, 90, and was on the way to work and heard on the radio station in Hawaii, Rocksteady crew's in town, they're back. And you know, I was like, what? And I thought I heard wrong, and then later on the commercial replayed, and I told my wife, shut up, turn it up. And it so happened that they came back. They came to Hawaii and did a show. It was them, it was Legs, Mr. Wiggles, Zulu Gremlin at the time, Flow Master, original, I mean the Invisible Scratch Pickles. They came and went to this club. The line was wrapped around the club, so we got at the end of the line, and I seen somebody, this guy walking by, and he looked like he was involved with the club, but he looked like my boss at the time, and I was working at Haagen-Dazs. It's one of my jobs. And I was like, yo, Steve, I forgot the name, but he was like, no, I'm the brother, I'm the twin brother. And he's like, oh, you work for my brother? I was like, yeah. And he's like, what, you want to come in here? You want to meet Rocksteady? I was like, yeah. So he took me, my friends, and my wife and walked us past the whole line. And we got in the club. Everybody's looking at me like I was famous already, like I was part of the group. So anyway, I got to see Wiggles and Legs and everything from years of not seeing it. And Wiggles kept looking at me when he was performing. Like, and I had this Bronx jersey on in Hawaii. You know, I had a Bronx jersey. I had these beads with a wooden fist. You know, I didn't look like I was from Hawaii. So he kept looking. And then finally he's like, yo, where you from, B? I said, I'm from the Bronx. He's like, you dance? I said, I used to. And he pulled me out into the circle, made me dance, and I was rusty. I was doing old shit. But you know, that's how I kind of got back into it. And then they started a Rocksteady chapter and left it with a graffiti artist named East out there, and he ran it real tight. He only brought in certain people, brought me back, and he was like, yo, you know, I want to put you in Rocksteady. So the next time he brought Wiggles, Ken Swift, Honey Rockwell, Flowmaster, and brought them all in and made me battle Wiggles to get into Rocksteady. And he smoked me. As soon as I got down with Rocksteady, Wiggles called me. So Wiggles, as we all know, is a busy man, and he's always been a busy man. He had a gig in Italy, and he couldn't do it. And it was like for a month. So he called me and says, yo, did some lady call you, blah, blah, blah? And I was like, no, why? He said, yeah, you're gonna take my gig and go to Italy. I was like, okay. So we had Armani already, we had my son. So we kind of made a decision to just, Hawaii was, you know, it was my home. We just lost a son. We lost our middle son. We have Destin and Armani, and we lost Isaiah, which is our middle son. And that's when all this happened, when Wiggles came down and battled me in. He even did like a moment of silence because it just happened. So we was in a weird place, you know, kind of like in a depressed state when this whole Rocksteady thing came into our life out of nowhere. And then Wiggles was like, yo, come to New York, blah, blah, blah. You know, you come to New York, you got a gig in Italy. So we just kind of sold everything, put everything in a big cardboard box, grabbed Armani as a baby, and moved to New York. and then I did the gig, my first gig, really professional, like getting paid, you know, really well, per diem and all that. And came back and just stayed in New York. From there, Legs put me on, man. He took me everywhere. He put me, you know, Puerto Rico, huge arenas, and got me in magazines. So I was the guy in all the music videos, Wyclef, Staying Alive, Beastie Boys, Intergalactic, I mean, you name them, gang of them. And this is probably like the biggest thing, one of the big things that Legs connected me was put me on the Source magazine. This was when Wu-Tang was really on top of their game. And check this out, your boy, like 90s. Look how fresh. Still look fresh, yeah. Still ill, but fools was calling me the Puerto Rican Vanilla Ice. They're clowning on me, but it's all good. Then I moved to the West Coast and met Sugar Pop, and wow, LA Times, player, what do you know about that? Boom. And then the other super ill gig that Legs hooked me up with is like, I've been fortunate to do a lot of stuff with artists that I grew up like liking, loving, you know, like, and the Beastie Boys, I grew up off of them, and he was like, yo, Sweet, I got a gig for you. So the Beastie Boys want you to be the robot in their new music video, the Intergalactic. Yeah, that's me right there. This is from the VH pop-up video. I was in the original one, the original VH1 pop-up videos, and then they, in the 90s, and then they did the new one recently. They have the new VH1s, and I went and did an interview recently, and they sent this plaque. They took a picture of me this time and put it on the VH1s. And yeah, man, they hooked it up. Let's see, VH1. See, I don't be lying. Quit. Run and don't look back. No, Blake. Yo, keep it love, man. Don't get caught up in no poly-tricking. Keep it love. Don't worry about being the best or, you know, winning the contest off the top. Don't let that be the control of your life, of your dance life. Get away from the mirror. Get a hammer and break the mirror. What else? Dance, baby, just dance. You know, technique is important, but dance is what it is. That's what it was called, right? It was a dance, right? When people say, yo, you dance, right? When you pop, it's gotta be a dance. Keep doing what you're doing. There's a lot of the new generation that's, I'm like, damn, like they're doing it, you know? Stay on that path and don't get caught up in the hoopla. Don't get caught up in the mix. And just keep pushing, man. You are the future.